little discussion here, just for a sec here, okay? So low point isn't where I'd like it to be. I'd like for that to probably be at least a 4, 5, 3, 4, somewhere in there, right? At least getting down. The big thing is here I see is that we've got the club path going really out to the right.
Yeah. Okay.
And with anything of a closed club face, what we get is a big bender. Is what we're seeing right there. So face to path is 11.8 right now, right? So we're going to take a look at a few things here real quick. But the big thing is that I'd like to get that path a little bit closer to 0. Okay, your face angle is pretty good. You know, you're staying closer to 0 here than you are here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we're going to probably take a look on in video is probably the move that you have is where you start to send the club out and away from you to begin with, right? Instead of maintaining that angle. And I think that's why we're getting that thing to go out to the right, number 1, and number 2 to be really shallow. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So hit a few more. We're going to take a look on video here in just a sec. But those are the things I kind of see with the numbers. How's the hip turn been feeling? I know we kind of worked on that a little bit.
Good.
Feeling better? Feeling a little bit tighter? Not like we're not moving around so much down there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. Dad, have you been seeing that as well? Looking better on that end?
Yeah, every now and then I'll see a little sway and I'll just point it out to him. I'll see it in his foot. It's kind of
Rolls over.
rolls over instead of getting into the ball. I guess.
Now let me ask you, when you're out there on the course at Lake Javita, is this what the ball flight was doing out there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fine at St. Leo, but you know, at St. Leo you don't even have to hit your irons that much because the furthest tees are the whites, and then there's like a bunch of 340 par 4s, so it's just like a drive and like an 80-yard approach shot on a lot of the holes.
What did we shoot for the front side on Lake Javita?
45.
Okay.
No, not Lake Javita.
Oh, Lake Javita, sorry. Low 50s.
Yeah, he was like 55, 56.
Okay.
Lake Javita.
Okay.
The other thing about Lake Javita is like it really gave him lots of opportunities to just grind.
Yes.
And he doesn't know how to grind. Right? Like he'd have a 6-footer save a bogey
Mm-hmm.
and this right?
Pressure, right? Having some pressure in there.
And mentally, like he's pissed off, he's frustrated, right? And like, it's like, bro, you gotta fight through that. Right?
Absolutely. We all have
Limit
to.
the damage. There's one hole. There's one hole. I can't remember which one it was, but he had a chance to walk away with a bogey, and I think he ended up with a triple or something, right? Like just.
It can happen real quick, man.
Especially on fast greens, and he's not used to it. I mean, I'm not. I didn't blame him for it, right? He's never put it on greens like that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, especially since, you know, if you're playing stuff like, let's just say Lake Bernadette or the Abbey course, it's so much more, you can nail the putts right? And they're gonna kind of stay more on line with what you're trying to do. They're gonna be a little bumpier, but with those things, it's anything off by a degree or so, and it, boop, off it goes. And then learning how to read the putts is a whole nother animal out there. So let's take a look and see what we got here, okay? So I'd like to see the hands just a little slight forward here, okay?
Okay.
See where they're kind of in the middle here a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to have the hands maybe just a little bit forward pressed, just a smidge, okay?
Alright. Not getting my wrist set.
Big thing is, we're starting to get away from that reverse pivot, okay? But you can see how that head starts going down and into the line. We get there here. Alright, so let's kind of put the line right here on this.
I did point it out to him a couple times yesterday, and he had a little reverse pivot going.
Okay.
It crops up.
That's just going to take time, you know, just more and more time that we have. Yeah, so see how that head's going into the wall right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and then yeah, so we've got to kind of learn how to get that. So if I kind of showed you here, right? Let's say go here. Let's just go right here with this guy right here. Alright, so that's when we're kind of in a good spot right there. We get here. Alright, so if you see that club face, right now, it's dead shut. You see where it's at right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's part of our issue right there, okay? We've got a closed club face up at the top right there, okay? And then we're early releasing way back over here. Okay? And that kind of starts at the beginning, right? Because we got our head going this way, and then we got to throw our body back behind it to get behind it, and then we kind of lose our angle a little bit, okay? So, but one thing we got to kind of do here, let's take a look at the hit. Okay. All right, we just need to get you to start turning back behind it a little bit, and we've got to get that toe to kind of be pointing down for us, right? That's going to be more square than this closed club face. Now I want to take a look at one down the line and see how we're doing with our hand path away and in through, all right? So there's your lift. All right, we just need to turn to right here and we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, you see that lift?
It's that very, yes, and I pointed it out to him.
All right, so I mean, even though the head's across the line here a little bit, okay, if we're here, okay, we're not going to lift up. You can see we pull back, and now I'm going to have to kind of traverse everything just a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look down the line here. Okay, and we'll kind of go from there. Any questions there, guys? Anything?
No?
Right. I mean, the good thing is that I'm not seeing any of the shankadoodles anymore, which is good.
Can you show me at the very top what open and closed looks like?
Okay, here we go.
If I'm standing behind them.
Here. So he's getting that club face, so it's like this. That's a closed club face. So when I come down here, you see how that's closed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What we want to kind of see here is we want to see this. See how that toe's hanging down?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's like this, and then he early releases, right? I'm gonna get, you know, I can't even get down to the ground with this thing, which is good. Alright, I can't even do it, thank God. But,
He's losing distance when he does early releasing too, right?
oh, absolutely, absolutely, because he's not getting that launch angle that we're looking
Yeah.
for right there, okay? But, what do we got here? Is this a 9 iron?
9 iron.
Okay. You know, the big thing is that we need to get, and we're going to take a look down the line here, right? But we need to get him so he feels like he's shaking hands with somebody here, right? The old shaking hands, whatever way you want to kind of do it, right? Up to here, okay? See where that club face is? Now it's square, and now I've got a chance to get it back here and rotate through a little bit. He's kind of, and we're going to take a look online, but if I had to make a, or down the line here, if I had to make a bet, he's probably either rolling his hands
Yeah.
one way or another, okay? And then he's getting that thing shut here, and then what he does is he gets doing this, right? And then you lose your angle of attack, and then as you kind of do it, you're falling back and you're kind of flipping at the ball a little bit. Does that make sense, big guy?
Yep.
Okay. So let's take a look down the line here and see. Okay. Good. Should be all good there. All right. Just make your normal swing and we'll kind of go from there. Okay?
Yep.
See how we're doing.
Yeah, so even even when he hits one fairly good, it's low. It's a low draw,
Yes.
right? And then the distance he gets is it rolls another 20 yards after it hits. It's
Yes.
not ideal.
Yes. Because one, it's coming in so shallow and it's just like this.
Even his driver yesterday, which he kept in play and hit decent,
Mm-hmm.
were like low draws.
Okay.
It's not getting a high ball.
Okay. If I had, you know, the thing is that the more that we have that thing closed, okay, the more loft we're taking off the face.
Yep.
Right? So we want to make sure that we're maintaining the loft on the face to get the launch angle that we want. Once we start to turn that closed or anything like that, we take whatever 10 degrees or 11 degrees or whatever it is, and then we change it to 8 or 7 degrees, right? And it's really tough to launch it, especially if we don't have a lot of swing speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? All right, so we can see, once again, hands getting out and away from us,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I kind of did this, we'll just kind of, let's just kind of see. All right, and you see with JT here, right? I think we've talked about like having a chain on our waist, right? As we
Yeah.
kind of move around a little bit. Okay. So here you can kind of see that the arms and everything have just kind of flown. They're off to the races at this point, right? Everybody's going to have to catch up with these guys now.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and there's your,
Yep.
there's the move we've got
It's
to.
like a hitch.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've got to kind of figure out how the best to get rid of that, right? But you can see right here at the top how much that club face is shut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, like, look at the angle of his head or face there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with that extra hitch, he ends up.
Yeah, he ends up doing something like this,
Yes.
right? And then he knows it instinctively. He's going to throw his sternum over on the other side to traverse it, loses his angle, and comes through. And that really starts with two things. One with the head going into it and the arms going out and away. And they're part of the same process, right? So if I kind of showed what it is, right, on the down the line view, right, as the hands go out, he moves his head into the position like this. Does that make sense? Okay. We've got to get to the point or the idea, right, of making sure I feel like my head stays on this wall or on this line rotating and turning, feeling a lot shorter than what you probably feel, okay? Getting that club face in a good position where I can, hit. But right now it's kind of one of those things, your hands go out and away and your head goes this way. So that's your move to get started, right? It's more like, if I had to say, it's more like your shoulders and head are trying to move your arms instead of your core.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got to have that feeling, right? Instead of kind of having this make the motion for me, I've got to have that feeling like my gut is turning everything. Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we don't, I think the other thing is that we need to understand that power is not going to come from our hands and arms racing away as fast as they can. Okay? That's, where we're going to get speed is down here at the bottom. As long as I can set it, right, and feel compact, I'm going to accelerate at the bottom, and that's where I'm going to get my speed. I think we kind of have a misunderstanding that if I get my hands and everything moving real quick, like this, then I'm going to generate speed. You're just going to pull yourself off the ball. Does that make sense? Okay. Those arms have just kind of raced away now, and they're on their own, right? The chest is getting pulled around by the arms and not the other way around. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so if we look at JT here, right, you can see that there's not a lot of head movement to get that thing going. Okay, hands are going back, right? And the face, you can kind of see, is kind of slightly towards, we can't see where yours is, unfortunately, but slightly this way. Okay, but once he gets on up to the top, right? See how that toe's going down the line for us? Okay, that's important for you right now. Okay, we could probably get away with some of the other things that we're doing because you're making pretty decent contact. But if I've got a shut club face at the top, I'm always going to go left, right? The face is there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's kind of do this real quick. Okay, set up for me, big guy. Okay. So, one thing I want to see, okay, is I want to get a little bit more angle here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I want you to bend over just a little bit. There you go. Okay. There we go. Just like this. Now I want us to try to feel like if I had my hands or the butt of the club on a chain around my waist, this is more the feeling I need to have. Okay. All right. Once again. Okay. So for you, okay, we've got to have the feeling like the hands are going in, club going out, okay? And I can see that already with me doing that, your balance points are off because you want to do this. See how you want to stay on balance there? But once I start to do this, you kind of start to fall away a little bit, okay? So, as we kind of move our hands back, okay? Okay. Much more in this manner, okay? Not doing this, okay? So I keep that head here. There you go. Good. Okay. Allow your head to rotate, turn a little bit. There you go. Okay? And that's really as far as you need to take that right now, okay, to get a feel for where that toe is. All right, so all we want to work on right now is getting the left arm parallel to the ground, okay, and getting ourselves in this position right here, okay?
All right.
And then coming on through, just parallel to the ground, okay? Arms parallel to the ground, okay? Make sense?
Yep.
Okay? So, this guy goes across, not down. Okay, so look at me. Okay, so it's not this. Okay, it's this. See how the shoulders go across?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's kind of where we start wrong at. Okay, left shoulder is going to go across to our sternum. Okay. Right. So just left arm parallel. There we go. Now bring it on down and through for me. Okay, just left arm parallel to the ground. Good. Again, Left arm parallel to the ground. Feel like the hands go inside. Good. Once again, left arm parallel to the ground. Good.
Is that what they call L to L?
L to L, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I remember that when Donnie was learning like 10 years ago, his coach called it L to L.
Yep, yep. And to be honest with you, that's probably about where we need to practice at right now, okay? So give me about 5 or 6 shots, L to L's, or left arm parallel to the ground, okay? Not going anywhere past that, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Chin up a little bit for me, there we go, good. Left shoulder goes across. Good. Again. Down parallel. One more time. Left arm parallel to the ground. Let's see how our hands are doing here. Still going out and away. So let's take a look at this position right here. I'm going to get JT. Okay. So if we look at JT, right, you can see that his chest has kind of moved a little bit more than yours has on this backswing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you kind of see here, see how everything's kind of narrow right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that tells me that the chest isn't turning as much as the arms are lifting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that comes back to this again, right? Watch our hands. See how they're going out and away again?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to do this.
What I had doing early on was just we laid down on an alignment stick. Under his hands, I was just like, follow the stick.
Yeah.
And it seemed to work.
Well, we're gonna try to put a little something here to kind of deter. Okay. All right. So all I want you to do, okay, is just take a small swing back. And down and through. Good. Keep doing that. Okay, good. Okay. Here we go. Do it again one time and get up to the little bit of the top that you got. There you go. Okay. And try to maintain this angle with your wrist here, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Right. So maintain, so come here, maintain, do it again. All right, maintain that angle, okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to bring this and rotate your chest. Better, okay? You see how we're maintaining more angle or lag? It's
Mhm.
too much, but it gives you an idea, okay? Once again, sit up again, here, okay? Turn your chest. Better, okay? Things still getting a little bit stuck, okay? But we've got to get to the point where we stop getting the feeling of kind of releasing our hands back behind us. Good. Down. Feel that? Rotate the chest. Good. All right, one more time. All right. chest down. There you go. Good. Down through. All right. Okay. Don't let it fall back behind you so much, okay? You can swing that in front of you, okay? Because you kind of get to, you kind of do.
I like shallow out. I do. Like
Yeah, you shallow. I mean, you know, you get here and then it's kind of
yeah.
like that. So that's why I just want to find some way for you to maintain that angle and come through a little bit. So we start to get our angle of attack down.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, I want that toe up. Okay, up just like that for me. Okay. Good. Now over your shoulder. Okay. Hold on. One more time. Get to that position. Good. All right. So take it over your shoulder and hold it. That's over your shoulder. You get over here, and then you start to early release back over here, okay? Once again, for me, partner. Okay, and on that for me. Good. Good, okay? That's where the club, that's where we need to stop, right there, okay? We don't need to have that extra lift. And now we've got loft on the face, okay? We've got it square to where it needs to be, okay? It's not this that we see, okay? Got to get away from that feeling right there,
Yep.
okay? Good. Let the head turn back. There we go. Good. Okay, once again. Okay, feel how the shoulder's going more across, not so far down on the start. Okay. That's it, view here. Okay, just left arm parallel to the ground, to the other one being parallel to the ground, okay?
Yep.
So with the 9-iron, okay, we're getting, where do we get, carry is 100, roll is 24. Okay, what was the other one here? Carry was 105, so with that, that's what we're getting, good. Once we go to a full swing, can you give me a full swing? I want to see what the difference is there with our carries. Let me ask you something. Were you trying to swing extra hard on that one or just hard?
Just hard.
Okay. Go again for me. All right, feel that thing closed?
Yep.
Okay. Down the line here on this guy.
That was really, that swing just felt weird.
All right, well. Gotta get that takeaway under control. Set up for me again. Okay. Set up. So I'm gonna let you loosen up the grip just a little bit on me. So weaken up this guy just a smidge for me.
Weaken it up.
Weaken it up just a bit.
Okay.
All right, so this is the feeling we gotta have, okay? So I get here, all right, I'm gonna move the club. There you go, okay? It's just soft and simple, right? But if I get you there, okay? Here. Okay, good. Feel how that's still in the same angle right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right here. Okay. Okay. Give me some turn with that shoulder. There you go. Okay, that's where we got to kind of be. Okay, much better with the face. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do this to you. So maybe this might work for you. What do you got in your pocket? Your phone?
Yeah.
Take that on out real quick for me, Parker.
I forgot to.
That's okay, no problem.
I
man.
didn't even notice it.
All right, so I'm going to try this with you. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you put 2 balls in your right pocket, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to feel like the butt of your club is going around those balls,
Okay.
okay? We're not even going to hit any right now,
All right.
okay? Okay, butt of the club is going around those balls in your pocket. Okay, just on the start. Good. Uh-huh. Okay, right, butt of the club going around those golf balls. Okay, good. Right, around those golf balls. Feel like the butt of the club's going right around those golf balls. Yep. Good. See how we're doing here. Get back on. Let's go. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Better. Right? Feel how the hands aren't going away from you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right. There we go. Stop again. Yep. Okay. That's what it's going to feel like.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. That's good. Mm-hmm. Good. All right. Move your chest, move your waist a little bit with it too. There you go. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. All right. So I want you to kind of just do that little motion, okay? And then give me just a swing down and through for me, okay? Good. Again. Uh-huh. Okay. Good. Okay. Give me just a small little swing just like that, okay? Because we're going to try to work on that hand path today a little bit, okay? Making sure that we're not getting those hands out and away from us. All right? So let's see what hand path looks for the start. Much better. Okay, see how we're staying more on that line now?
Yep.
Okay. We still need to get rid of this little loop-de-doo you like to do, right? Okay, but the big thing is now the hands are staying more where they need to kind of be.
What's the loop-de-loop?
Watch when he does this, watch this.
What am I looking at, his hands or?
Yeah, his hands. He does this fall back with his hands. He does that with all of his swings.
Mhm.
So it's got to be like right here, right? And then I got to feel like this. I got to feel like this left arm is pulling, right? So if you kind of get on, if you kind of do that again, and I know we've talked about it quite a bit, right? So feel like our hands are going around those golf balls. Yep. You got to feel like if I take this guy off, take him off, right there. Okay. All right. Swing that down and through for me. Yep. Go. He's got to be in control. There. Pull down and through. Once again. There. Down and through. Good. Okay. One more time. Good. Pull down. Good. Now, if I said just take the right hand now and swing the club. Okay.
You can't really. You gotta have to do that.
Right, you see how you've got to drive that club down, right? Try to do your loop-de-doo with that one hand. Feel weak, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, once again, right? Feel that hand pulling it down, right? The big thing is what I see now is that you're maintaining angle with your right hand, okay? So if I said, hey, I want you to throw a ball, right? You would have that angle until you released it.
Yeah.
What you're doing with the club is you're releasing it way back over here. Okay? Give me a couple swings like that.
With the ball?
If you want. If you're feeling up to it, I'm good with that. Okay? But now we're going to be able to maintain that angle a little bit, and the face isn't going to start getting all wonky on us. We need to do quite a bit of those. Okay. Once again, okay. Just give me a small shot. Feel it. Okay, small swing. Placed. Good. One more for me. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go with a L to L here. I want the left arm parallel to the ground for me, okay? All right. And I want us to feel like those hands are going around those balls that are in our pocket, okay?
Yep.
Right, L to L, okay? And try to feel like you're swinging towards the pitcher's mound, okay? Once again. Paddle's starting to shape up. That's good. All right, good. Move it up in your setup just a smidge for me. Better. Much better. Let's keep going. Okay, L to L. So you see how we got the B there, big guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so that tells me we're early releasing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab a little something like this. Okay. Grab that. Okay. down, at least there, good. Okay. Put him right there. Start to shape up just a better job with the hands, okay? Staying closer to where we need it to be. Okay. All right. So, let me try this with
Yep.
you. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, put it onto our right wrist, okay? And what I want us to kind of do here is I want us to get here, and I want us to feel how this is pulling down this way and not going back behind us, okay? So come on over here. Okay, just go ahead and get in your setup for me. Yep, so just like that. Good. Up to the top. Okay. Good. There we go. All right. Once again for me, okay? All right. Do you notice how your hand's not going back behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see what we're trying to go for here, Dad? Okay. Uh-huh. Good. Good. Okay. Now, just swing without the wrist on, the hand on the wrist, just swing there, okay? What you like to do, right, is you like to go this, right? You like to kind of fall back and release it back over here, okay? That's your bugaboo that we got to get rid of, okay? Hand path's getting better, but you just kind of like to let that club fall back behind you too much, okay? All right, see how that's falling back behind you there? Okay. Do that one more time for me. Get your hand on your wrist. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Do you notice how it shortens up your backswing too a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. One more time for me, okay? We want to try to hone in on that feel, okay? There you go. Okay, not allowing that wrist to fall back on us or hand to fall back, but really feel like it's getting pulled down into impact, okay? All right, so let's just try to put the club in our left hand maybe, or in our right hand, right? Put our hand on our left wrist, or put our wrist on there, yep, and just try to make a move with that, okay? Try to get a feel for it. Yes. See how the club's Xing out more in front of you now than back behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What does that feel like to you? Talk to me.
I mean, I'm just pulling down with this wrist, and it feels like my left hand is like in control of the entire downswing.
Okay. Okay. So you can understand that in the downswing, that left arm plays a critical role, pulling down, staying straight, and rotating through, not having that right arm kind of release early for us, right? Okay. Just give me a feel with that, okay, big guy?
Yep.
There you go. So you see what we're kind of doing there, Dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the left hand needs to be dominant.
Correct. Correct. You know. Yeah. I mean, it just seems like there's even more speed and attack, even when I just see that. Not to say that's going to be the new golf swing. But, all right. Try to give me a feel, okay, with just the golf ball here, okay? Just try to give me a feel. Don't try to kill it, but let's just try to give that a feel into the swing, okay? again. Just want to kind of see. Right, you try to a little bit, but your hand's guarding you from doing that. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Look how much more angle of attack that you have as you come down and through, okay?
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Give me 2 more here, and then let's try to take it to a very small kind of, left arm parallel kind of swing for me, okay? So, next 3 here, okay? I want us just, as I said, left arm parallel, okay? And let's try to grab that feel that we're working on right there. I want you to feel like that hand's on that wrist. Okay? Mm-hmm. So far out to the right, that's good. We can handle that little draw if we needed to, right?
Yeah.
We just need to draw to the face. And I saw the thing kind of fly back a little bit. Alright, let's put that wrist back on again. Put our hand back on our wrist. Give me just a couple swings there, okay? All right, feel that left arm pulling it down and through. Good job, again. Good. Good. Okay. Give me another couple swings here, left arm parallel to the ground. All right? And for this one, I want you to feel like you're swinging towards the shortstop for me, okay?
Okay.
All right? It's okay. Keep moving. Are you noticing anything different with your hand path?
Face angle's open, and the club path isn't. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
It's getting better, right? We got to stay out of the worlds of the 9s and 10s, right? Of getting too shallow. That will always tell you that your hands are releasing way too early back over here, right? So if we can keep that angle of attack, we'll get more of that path going down the center where we want it to be, okay?
Yep.
So, did you feel it kind of fall behind you there a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. And you're getting up just a little bit, but we're doing so much better with that. Okay? All right. We gotta, this is, this laying off move right here is what we've got to get rid of.
Yeah.
Okay? So we've got to work hard on that.
I've seen it so much worse than that, Coach.
I know.
I call it this loopy-loop.
We were there a couple weeks ago really fighting it. But
Yeah, like, we were out of Brooksville. We before this last week,
Mm-hmm.
he was struggling. It's like he'd be here and just, I mean, it literally was like,
Yeah.
circle. I'm like, what are you doing? Just pull it straight down. And like on the last 3 holes, he made that correction and played better, right? Like, I'm like, cause and effect, man.
Yes.
Cause and effect, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's by far the worst thing ever because I don't feel myself do it. I never do. Like when he was telling me that, I had no clue what he was talking about
Gotcha.
because I don't feel myself do it.
Okay. Let's keep going here for just a few more minutes, okay? But I think the big thing that we're going to try to take away from today is making sure that we get this drill and kind of feel that hand, you know, that wrist stain here, feel like it's driving down and through and not falling back behind us, right?
Yeah.
Got to feel like we're pulling on a bell. Okay? So I want to give you a couple drills for you to work on, okay?
114 on that one.
Yeah, but look where our path is,
Yeah.
right? You know, I think that's kind of more the big killer for us right now is our path is getting so shallow, right? That anything with the face angle being somewhat closed is just going to go left. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Better. All right, so we've got the one drill that we're going to work on with that, okay? I want to kind of work with this just a little bit, right? So I want to get you here, okay? I want you to swing up, okay? And I want you to swing down this line without touching it, okay? So I'm going to get you here because if you got the loop, you go into the wall, right? So I want you to get here, up over, and then making sure that we don't hit that wall. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so come on over here. Give me a chance here. Okay. It's probably going to feel like it's very up and down for you. Okay, good. Again. Good. Okay. You see? Come here, Dad. Take a look. Okay. So, set up when we get up to the top. Okay, good. So if I keep you here, right, and we drive it down and through, right, we're going to maintain that angle, right? You kind of have the tendency when I get here, you go, right? Feel that your hands will go this way,
Mm-hmm.
okay? We don't want our hands to go that way. We just want to kind of come down, okay? All right, so maybe Dad will let you work on this one at the house as long as you don't hit the wall. Okay. Okay. You feel how to you it feels like you're swinging more towards the left,
Yeah.
right? Because we're not
Feels really steep too.
good.
Like coming down the exact same plane that I
Good.
instead of shallowing out.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Okay. Ah, see, you feel that falling back?
Yep.
Okay. Good.
See, the other day I was telling him, like, you want to keep that angle as long as you can. It's going to break down here.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, every time I do that, it goes right. I'm like, no, that's not what causes it to go right. If he's doing it correctly, that is not going to result in a shank.
Correct. The only time that's going to happen is we've got the ball too far back in our setup and we do that. Then that's going to happen. But we've addressed that where the ball needs to kind of be, right? Now we just need to kind of work on, you know, this kind of drill, getting that, getting this here, right? But making sure that we're driving that down, right? We've got to get rid of the old loop-de-doo, right? Where you get here and then you kind of, you let your arm, your elbow just kind of goes like this, and then you kind of got to back up out of it just a little bit. Okay, good. Once again. Good. Good. All right. Good. Good. Again. Good. So definitely feels like, it should feel like to you, like it's much more, it may feel over the top to you,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I'd much rather see the path right now getting, I don't think you could get over the top, if you know what I mean, with as much shallow as you've been getting. Does that make sense? Right, but if we can get your path closer to 0, maybe closer to a 1 or a 2 of a path going out to the right with a face angle at a 1, -1 or something, is we're going to start hitting our targets right there.
Yeah.
Okay, but the big thing is we've got to get rid of one hand path, right? Making sure that the hands go around the right foot, okay, or over the right foot for us, not up and around it. Okay, so feel like your hands are going around your, you know, over the top of your shoelaces with the butt of the club. Okay, that's what I want you to kind of imagine right there.
Okay.
The butt of the club is going to go over my shoelaces. Okay, and then the other part is we've got to make sure that the head and shoulders don't do this to start off.
Yeah.
Okay, because then the hands go out and away, right? So it's got to be more of, you know, this core moving, right? Everything kind of moving back, right? Not having the hip just kind of turn out of the way, but making sure I feel like my core and chest and arms work as one unit, okay? Back and through, and then getting here, okay? And then making sure that I feel like I keep that angle with my right wrist back here as I drive down and through, okay? I think, you know, doing a drill like this is going to help you visually, and it's going to give you data, right? As soon as you do it wrong, you're going to know.
Yep.
Okay, and that's the big thing we've got to get rid of, is that loop-de-doo, right? Because it gets your path so far out to the right. Once you put a negative face angle on that thing, it's just right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Give me a couple more here. Any questions there, guys? Anything that you see that you'd like me to address or anything like that?
I mean, no, those are the things I'm seeing, right? I see the takeaway, I see that loop at the top.
Yeah.
When he does both those things correctly, he gets a good result.
Yep.
Right? It's just like, how does, you know, how we really.
And kind of bring this guy back down here. Okay, so I'm going to move him right there. Okay. Path is getting better. Stay right there. Yeah, good.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
That's the loop-de-loop.
That's the loop-de-loop, right? So here we go once again. Okay, so if I put that right here, right? Okay, good. Only have to do that a couple times to figure out you don't want to do that anymore, do you?
Yep.
Okay, do it slow. Okay, once again. Okay. So this is the other way I kind of practice right here. Get this kind of alignment rod, put it on in here, all right, and make sure that he feels like he's keeping it on the path. You see how you want to fall back to that little loop-de-doo?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once again. All right. That's okay. Once again. Set up. Good. Good. One more time. So this is definitely something I would kind of incorporate, okay? So let me kind of set up there and show you what we want to kind of do here. All right, so if I get this where it is. Okay, let's just say I've got that on my plane. Okay, it's got to be up that, down that. Right? Keeping that in front. Kind of like when we had the plane board here.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it was very much similar to that. Right? But I want to be here. Right? Down and through. Okay? For you, it's kind of like this and back around. Okay? So once again. Okay, so I get right here. Okay? Up this plane, down this plane. Okay? That's what I want to try to do. Okay? So come on over here real quick, big guy. Okay. Okay. Come on back for me. Slowly. Right. Feel that staying down on that? Right. Now go down and through for me. Okay, once again. Down and through. Good. Once again. Down and through. Good. Once again. Down and through. Okay. One more time. Down and through. Okay. Down and through. Okay. Do you feel the club working more in front of your chest now?
Yeah.
Not behind you? Good. Again. Give me a little bit more wrist set at the top. There you go. Good. Again. Okay. One more time. All right. Now let's try to hit a ball, small ball. Okay. All right. Kind of put this guy up here. We're going to have it a little forgiving. Okay. All right. Small shot. All right. Yeah. Okay. Work that club in front. Okay. But it keeps your path in a better position. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at your low point, right? Now that you're working that club in front of your chest, your low point's going to where we need it to be. There we go. All right. Now we're getting our club path closer to a 0 where we want it to be. Good job. Look at that low point, man.
Yeah.
That's where we all want to be right there. Here they come. Morning, Rob. How are you, buddy?
How are you?
I'm good. Brittany, how are you? Good. So hey, this is very good. Okay. We finally got, not that I want to say over the top, but it's gone to a negative.
Yeah.
Okay, which means that we're starting to get that club to move in front of our chest, in front of our body a little bit. Okay. We've got to stay away from the 8s and 9s with the club path, right? That's just early release. That's coming in too shallow, and then you know it, and you kind of flip at it just a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's kind of talk about what we want to kind of work on here a little bit. Okay. Any questions? Anything, Dad? Any questions? Okay. First and foremost, right? Let's get like a couple of alignment rods with a noodle, right? Nothing special. We can throw that in the backyard, right? You can get like foam balls if you need to, or just a regular, just kind of swing. But what we want to kind of feel is our club shaft goes up that line, comes back down that line. You can see that I would work that club down in front of me, right? Instead of back behind me, okay? So if I said, hey, I want you to chop wood right here, you wouldn't go like this, probably cut your knee or toe off, right? So you'd be like this, and then you drive everything down and through, okay? So get this kind of at the same angle as this, okay? Get a small club, work it over, right? There, back down, okay? Feel how that matches up right there. And then turn through. okay? That's gonna be drill number 1 for us. Number 2, okay? Let's get ourselves up against a wall, okay? Let's take that, feel that same, what we're doing there, right? And then work that, you know, not into the wall, okay? We don't wanna be doing this, okay? So it's here and there, okay? For you, it's gonna feel like it's over the top because we're getting so shallow, okay? The other thing that I would kind of work on a little bit, right, is just get that, where we get the right hand over the, or the left hand over the right wrist here, okay? Up to the top, right, and feel that moving it down, not letting it get away from us, okay? So letting this guy control the downswing instead of this guy going out and away from us, okay? That's number 3, okay? The other thing that we got to kind of work on, right, or feel that would work on here, right? I'd get a couple golf balls, put them in the pocket right there, okay? And feel like the butt of the club is going around those balls, okay? So you see how I keep that chain from, you know, the butt of the club to my waist here at the same angle, right? It's the same distance right here, okay?
Yep.
I don't want to start getting a greater distance away from me because then that means my arms are separating from my body, right? And we can tell with that when we get the lift up over here to get a little extra, right? All right, so here, it may have the feeling, right? The other thing I talked about is have the feeling like the butt of the club is going over our shoelaces,
Yeah.
okay? Maybe that gives you a better visual, okay? Whatever works best for you, but I would practice that, right? I would just sit there and there, okay? Now the other drill that you can do is a third, right? It's been around as long as Methuselah's been around, right? One club, one ball inside, right? That's it, right? Get another ball. That's it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, you can see everything kind of works together, right? But it doesn't work away from us. Okay, big guy?
All right.
Any questions other than that? Got to get rid of that loop-de-doo, right? I think this is going to be the big thing for him right here. Did you get some pictures of that?
I'll make one.
Yeah, it's, I mean, honestly, just get an alignment rod. You're good to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, big guy? Next
No.
Saturday? You guys
Yeah.
busy? All right. So let me get you guys scheduled on up real quick. Brittany, how are things going for you?
Good.
Good to hear. Have you been working on it at all?
Yes, we weren't able to make it to the course of timing wise, but we were here though practicing.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Very good.
And Robbie, did I do good? Good? Yeah.
Getting better. That's what I like to hear. All right, 9 a.m. You got it, my man. All set. Okay.
Thanks, sir.
You got it.